And we're back for part 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to After Action Report, your recap show for all SmackDown matches to keep you caught up on all the action. This is a special classified edition because how could we not talk about more what happened on Friday Night Titans this last week with Team Action reuniting once again. And again, I am not going to be doing this by myself. For stats and storyline breakdown, I'm going to be bringing on my lovely co-host, Miss Daniee. Girl, this is part 2 of what we just did with our quick recap. We broke everything down. Now, let's talk about how excited we were and kind of what has all led up to why we're excited about this moment.
Man, this moment is a piece of Schmodown history that I hope to hold forever in my heart.
Yes.
So anyone that is unfamiliar with my personal history in the Schmodown, I have been a part of the Call to Action podcast since day one. We did recently celebrate our 4-year anniversary.
Yes.
We are called Call to Action because we are a podcast that was dedicated to Team Action. We were all extremely huge Team Action fans. We loved the dynamic that they brought into the Schmodown. And we wanted to celebrate it. We wanted to celebrate the heel personas that they were. This has been a moment that I feel like a lot of Team Action fans and the Action Army has kind of waited for a very long time. The Action Army is a big part of Schmodown history. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this felt like something that would never happen, but something that could possibly happen.
We were always hoping in the very back of our minds, thinking this is really unlikely, but it'd be really cool if it did happen. And now to finally see it happen, it was just so awesome.
Yeah. So there's a reason why we felt like it couldn't happen for a lot of certain reasons. One, they that must not be named anymore, the Schmominati. So the Schmominati had a big hold and a big tie onto Andrew Guy for quite some time. We had no idea what was going on with Andrew Guy. We were very concerned.
Yes.
We were very concerned for Guy. And then he, of course, he was saved. He was saved by the glorious Mark Ellis. Mark Ellis saved Andrew Guy and took him under his wing, which Mark does talk about inside of the match. And
yes.
That's really fun.
So sweet.
And trained him in the ways of the desk.
Yes. He's been doing an amazing job at it. We've loved seeing Andrew Guy on the desk. He's a natural there.
Absolutely. That is where his personality has shown. That is where the debonair has shined on the desk. And because of Mark Ellis's tutelage, I believe, they've worked very well together. Andrew Guy had turned a new leaf. He was on the desk. He retired from Schmodown play, decided to go behind the desk, and he was doing really well. He was doing really well there. So I wanted to see him thrive there. Another reason why we felt like Team Action wouldn't come back was because, I don't know if you've heard this before, Megs, but Ben Bateman is a traitor.
I believe I've heard this many times.
Yes. There was a moment in time where Ben Bateman and Andrew Guy could have reunited, but Ben Bateman decided to, and rightfully so at that point in time, team up with Mark Riley.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how Who's the Boss was formed, which is a team that dominated in the Schmodown for quite some time and was a big moment in time for Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman also decided to focus on his singles career for quite some time, and he did right. He did okay in singles.
Yeah, the following year, 2019.
Yeah.
Did something pretty cool. So good on him for that.
Yeah, good on him. Ben Bateman becoming a singles champion was a huge deal for the Army also. So there were a lot of reasons why the Team Action reunion just didn't feel like it was going to come anytime soon.
Right.
So to be able to hear the soft piano sounds that are just so familiar. Megs, I cried. Like, I literally put my hands in my head and just started
I know.
crying.
It was I challenge anyone who has followed Team Action for as long as you have, and just to give a little bit of history on where I came into this whole shenanigans that is this. 2019 was actually my first year that I started watching the Schmodown. But because I quickly realized that there was so much more than actually just what was going on, I went back to 2018, back into 2017 a little bit, and I got an introduction into team action. Team action was not my first love when it came to teams. I did have a big affinity for Who's the Boss, hence why you guys have never gotten me to choose sides on. You guys have never been able to do it. I stand by that. You will not catch me. But the idea was I truly appreciated what team action was in its time. And then just to see the evolution of everything that happens, it's made me so appreciative of everything that this community is. The whole Action Army is a community that has welcomed me into the Schmoedown. I'm forever grateful for that, for you guys. It's more than just a team now. The Action Army is a huge part of the Schmoedown community. So I think that is just something that has been a uniting force. And yet again, with Team Action coming back for this match, has, I think, reunited people back in again, which has made it really cool to see.
Absolutely. The Action Army is something that's near and dear to my heart. Some of my best friends today, people that I call my best friends and consider my best friends, I've met through doing this, and I've had the opportunity to do a lot of really cool things, including this right here. This has been a really fun ride to go, and it's all because of Team Action. It's all because of Team Action. All of this whole community that we've had is because of Ben Bateman and Andrew Guy. And so I think that was really a big driving force behind why so many people were just gung-ho about Team Action. Just like that's the team, that's the brand, that community that we created was something that I will always be grateful for. So thank you, like a big thank you to everyone that's a part of that community. Big thank you to Megs for being a part of the call to action team, coming in when you did and cleaning the place up. We appreciate it. Big shout out to Ben Bateman and Andrew Guy also for creating some of the best moments that I've ever had to experience. But
speaking of moments, what are some highlight crazy moments that just reminded us why we love Team Action as a team on Friday?
First of all, Ben Bateman walking out with the giant whiteboard.
The giant whiteboard that was his staple during the digital era. Yes. That
Chef's kiss, buddy.
Beautiful.
Chef's kiss. Andrew Guy coming out extremely dastardly was the best thing. There was one thing missing from that little getup, just missing a K, and I wonder where that is.
I wonder. If you know your call to action history, you know exactly where that is.
That's right. Big shout out to the Shawshacks. We love them very much.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. My heart was already pounding. I was already super pumped. And then whenever Mark Ellis asked the teams if they're ready, and Ben Bateman and Andrew Guy look over at each other and just scream, "Where's the belt?" Oh yes. My gosh.
The moment.
I flipped. I absolutely flipped. That's such a fun moment, screaming that from the top of your lungs, like at live shows, watching matches at home. Where's the belts has been something that I've heard people joke about getting tattooed. It's been like, that's a phrase that is so fun.
And it is a frequently shared GIF within the Schmoedown community. Like, it is a staple inside of our community, and that is what Team Action built. 100%. Them doing that, them repeatedly saying it, just making it the thing that it is, just made it very special. And yes, fist pump moment, definitely first fist pump moment of the night was where's the belt?
There you go, Megs. That's right. The first fist pump moment of the match was absolutely 100%. Where's the belts? Listening to Andrew Guy really jump back into the debonair, into dastardly. I'm so sorry.
Oh, dastardly, definitely.
Yeah,
there's some debonair in there, but like we'll kind of touch on this later. But before I forget, the dastardly is the only one that I know of that can push the envelope to the utmost of a PG-13 rating show.
Andrew Guy doing his best, trying to keep it PG-13. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, just watching them just kind of jump back in and just being the team that we've always seen them be and just working together like that was hilarious. The round two, coming into round two, there's a lot of a few team action things going into there. It is normal for team action to spin second because as they say, they do like to play from behind. So,
I feel like we do this the whole time, so this is great.
Yeah, yes, that was a small little fist bump moment for me. 100%. They like to play from behind. That was a lot of fun to hear. And then walking up to when it was their turn to spin, walking up to the wheel. One of the first things that I said was, if a digital wheel pops out, I'm running. I
think there would be full on revolt if Andrew Guy ever saw a digital wheel ever again in his life.
That would be his trigger. Like, you know how the Winter Soldier has those words? It would just be the digital wheel spinning, landing on Spinner's choice, and then hearing, I'd like to spin again.
That would send him reeling.
Oh my gosh, that would be so wild. So the way that they come at the wheel, one grabs one side, the other grabs the other. You go up, I go down. Boom, great spins. The power of the Action Army is bestowed onto this wheel, lands on TC Legend.
I am still upset that Ellis could not bring himself to say it. He almost did. It was almost canon. So close. You could hear the moment.
It was there.
Like, we were going to be justified, and our hopes were dashed.
Yes.
So sad.
So sad. But TC Legend will always and forever live in our Action Army hearts. The dynamic between Andrew and Ben, that chemistry is just something that you can't fake.
Oh, yeah.
And they have such a history together. They've been working together for such a long time. So to be able to watch them just kind of really, just like you said, it's like they were back. Like it was like they never left. It was 2018 all over again. And it was one of the best feelings in the entire world. So to watch them go through round two was team action being team action, and why we absolutely love them.
Well, it's team action in their prime because they've both grown so much in the game. You know, Drew obviously growing from being on the desk, his time with the family, things that he learned throughout since being on team action. Ben Bateman doing what Ben Bateman does, progressing, always improving the game, pioneering the strategy of the game, and for them to be able to utilize it in this match specifically as team action with all their team action shenanigans, but adding in the strategy and the wherewithal they have about the game was just the perfect combination.
It was beautiful to watch. There is no player like Ben Bateman inside of the league, in my opinion. And to watch him, knowing what he knows about the Schmodown and watching them dissect the way that they challenged this question and just the way that they handled it. It was so much fun to also watch them like talk back and forth during like whenever they needed to confer with each other during round two. That's just how they've always done it. It was just exactly how they've always done it, waiting until they get down to the wire. That's a very team action thing to do.
It is.
Man, I absolutely hated to watch Ben Bateman wait until the last second to answer.
Everyone hated him for it. That was the beauty of it because he knew exactly what he was doing and you loved him for it because it was very deliberate and infuriating.
So infuriating. So
and another callback to early days is we're talking about that stuff. The finger guns came back. TC Legend, finger guns, all the things.
All the things, including taking selfies during the match.
Yes.
Look, I'm going to need those. I need those. If anyone, whoever can send those to me, please.
Girl, I'll hook you up. I know where you can find them.
Thank you. Team Action came in and they played the game the way that they always play the game. Here's the deal with Team Action. Team Action is not only one of the best entertainers in this game, they're also one of the best teams in this league. They have always been a great team together. There was this running banter that Andrew Guy was running off of the coattails of Ben Bateman. And Andrew Guy showed you all something in this match today. Let me tell you, a perfect round and the bonus question. Thank you so much. Andrew Guy was who we all know Andrew Guy is in this match, not only as Dastardly, but as a trivia player. Because if you remember back in early Team Action days, Andrew Guy, who was talked about as the better player in Team Action. And then Ben started studying.
How dare he?
And then Ben started studying. Man, this was Team Action being Team Action and showing people why Team Action is the best team in the league. Has always
Absolutely.
been, will always be. I will stand on that hill I will stand on the hill forever and ever and never let go. I'll never let go, guys.
You know, we go through this whole round 2 shenanigans, everything as we would expect. And then we get to the final round, and they're just there waiting for the glorious moment that all of us know can happen for this team, getting a TKO together once again, going out on the high note that we knew that they all should have been able to.
That they deserved. Going out
Absolutely.
on the high note that they deserved. Okay,
Yes.
guys, this is earned. This is very much earned. I knew going into round 3 already that they were going to win. It was just a matter of, are you going to win by a TKO, or are you going to have to answer some questions? Like I said in the breakdown before, the Reckoning absolutely put on a great show against the team in trivia, and when it came to quips back and forth, Brother Lomas absolutely put Andrew Guy in his place. I think he's going to be making sure that Andrew Guy makes right by that desk.
Absolutely.
Gonna make Andrew Guy an honest man somehow.
We'll see. If you can make the Dastardly an honest man, power to you.
We'll see how that works out. Works out. Going into the interview with Jen Sturger, what another fun,
gem,
wholesome moment for the Action Army. The Action Army loves Jessica. We will always love Jessica.
Yes, absolutely.
I just wanted to see Jen Sturger come out in a beanie. Like, if she would have just come out in a beanie for the interview, that would have been chef's kiss, cherry on the top. That would have been awesome. But to watch the 3 of them be there together in that moment was just so much fun to watch them. And then Rick Radis kind of really coming in and showing that he's not afraid to go toe to toe with people like with Dastardly Andrew Guy and Ben the Boss Bateman. Rick the Rager Radis is here to play, baby-o, daddy-o.
And absolutely.
And he just came in there ready to challenge Ben Bateman, which good on you challenging Ben Bateman. And that leads us into Andrew Guy deciding to be Ben's manager.
Yes, a new dynamic here, which is going to be very fun.
When I tell you, my little heart just grew 3 sizes. I can't even explain how much I want this.
This is going to be amazing to see. I have always said that either Andrew Guy or Ben Bateman could be amazing managers in of themselves. But to see Drew be able to manage Ben in a match situation is just going to be a little dream come true.
Yes, 100%. I think that's going to be so much fun to watch because their chemistry is so well. Like I said earlier, a few times whenever we talk about Ben Bateman going into a team with the manager, he needs someone who's not going to hold him down and someone who's going to just let him do whatever he wants. Just do whatever you want, dog. I'll be right here. So, and I just feel like that's going to be the best situation and scenario for Ben. Andrew Guy on the desk, that's what I hope we don't lose too much of.
He's very good. Yes, I love seeing him on the desk. Him growing in being on the desk is just really cool to see. So to be able to, yes, it's going to be really cool to see him manage, but also knowing that we'll also be just as happy to see him back on the desk as well. Just makes it really awesome that we can see him still. He's not restricted to Team Action or being a manager. He has found a really good home on the desk as well. So wherever he ends up landing further along down the line on the season, I think we're all going to be happy.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so another really fun thing that I liked about this was Brandon Hanna being the undercard to this
perfect
Team Action match.
Yes.
I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone remembers that tiny point in Schmoedown history where
Yeah.
Brandon Hanna was the intern for Team Action, or the intern for Ben Bateman. I'm so sorry, for the boss.
A fun little factoid from the Schmoedown history. That actually was because he was involved with Action Movie Anatomy as well. So it was, again, the bleeding in of real life there. But we have Brandon Hanna opening a Friday Night Titans on the same day that we see the reunion of Team Action. Could not have asked for anything better.
Truly, that really did make it feel like this whole episode, this whole Titans episode, was truly a nice little wink to the Action Army.
Absolutely.
And it's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. From the questions to the challenges to the matches to everything before and after it, that was just so much fun. Oh man, this is my favorite thing on the internet.
Absolutely. And not to say that everything else prior to this has not been awesome as well, but the fact that we're getting these kind of matches now makes me so excited for what we have in the future coming into the rest of this season.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for this classified edition. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of an oral history and a little bit more of an expanded version of what our thoughts were on the stats and storylines. Before we go, please make sure that you have hit like on this video, you're subscribed to this channel, and that you're being made aware every time that we drop new videos on this channel. Leave comments on this video. We love hearing from you. If you want to contact me or Dani, our socials are down in the description of this video. But until next time, for the entire Call to Action podcast crew and for Dani and myself, I am Megs, and this is After Action Report, signing off.
Where's the belts? That's all. That's it for me.
Come on. End. Why are you not ending?